Hey everyone, it's Garrison here and welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be finally doing my first listen / full-on review to Fromistnain's 5th mini album called From Our Memento box. Now, as some y'all may already know, I absolutely love this brand new era from Fromistnain, and of course Stay This Way, their titled track. I felt like it was the perfect timing for the season of summer, and at the same time, hands down one of my top favorite title tracks by them to date. Now, aside from that, isn't it just great to see Fromistnain get wins after wins on music live stage shows and such? I'm talking about like 5, if I recall correctly, on the time of filming this album review. Of course, we love to see it. Seeing them come so far from back in the day into getting wins throughout the eras and getting even a lot more with each and every comeback, of course. But for this 5th mini album, we have 4 brand new B-sides to cherish, per se, to enjoy, and I can't wait to see what's up and to hear what's up with every B-side here, especially one particular one that I'm seeing here in terms of the credits. But aside from that, let's just dive into this album review now. Alright, so for the first track we have here is titled Up, and of course this was the track that I was most looking forward to due to the credits, because I saw Jihoon on the lyrics portion to this, our lovely maknae. We love to see it. And then we have Stella Jones and XOX coming from Jumba's 153, the music group. Now, I'm quite familiar with Jumba's music group. The music group has been a part of a lot of phenomenal songs out there, to many of our favorites, working with the likes of Billy, if I recall correctly, Luna, of course, and even the likes of NCT, and the list goes on. Now, I can't remember certainly XOX, but Stella Jones was part of Queendom too, for that song called Purr, for Kepler and VV's. So that's a mention right there that I gotta say right away. But aside from that, let's just dive into Up and now. Ooh. Seems fun so far. Ooh, Hayoung. Oh, maybe a bit of xylophone work. I really love the percussion work in this song, guys. To the snares or the drum kit usage. Oh, wow. Yeah, so there's basically this 2-step motion going on in there. Yeah. Ooh, and these synth strings that are quite dreamy with it, per se. Ooh, dipping of the bass there, or something. Oh, this verse too, a Jisun though. Haha, Jiwon. Oh, what? I'm gonna have to go back to that. Ooh. And the snare drums build up, and there's like this lovely light bounce to it, right? So essentially they took straight up the pop route, made it fun, bubbly, light and bouncy, yet a bit of funk influences in this, I've got to say, with some of the snare work and these synth strings. This bridge. the Chaeyoung, Soyeon, Hayoung for that ad-lib work. What's cool about this is like the overall soundscape of this song is as fun as the vocal work and the lyrics in the song. So everything goes hand in hand together. Up and Love. Ah, I see what they did here. I see. Very, very honey when it comes to the lyrics and how it wraps up and stuff and up, and I like how it's sort of like a non-stop, like continuous sentence, if I'm trying to say. I think that's what I'm trying to say, just a run-on sentence, yeah. But for Up and here, I think this is a really good kickoff to the song, and it works in conjunction with Stay This Way. Like, it's quite cohesive with it and how this the theme is for this album. You think about it and all, and I'm sure I'm gonna feel that way for the other B-sides as well. Maybe we shall see in this album review. But to talk more specifically about why I love this song is, admittedly, it's not like the main thing I love about this song, but it got me reminiscent of one of my favorite songs from Fromist9 called Think of You. If you guys are not familiar with that song, it's also so fun, playful with it, yet it was more so of the youthful side to Fromist9, I'd have to say. Whereas Up and, it's fun, but it's more matured, you know what I'm trying to say here? So I feel like this is like the more mature song to Think of You, and it has its own charm to it. And what I mean by that is it may take the pop route, but there's ever so slightly these funk influences. I'm not talking about the straight up snare drum that builds it up and breaks it down and goes away for us. The bit of snares ever so slightly that provides that funk feel to it, right? Obviously it's using funk, but also the synth strings that got it so making us feel like it's quite dreamy with it. Per se, like sort of that night sky movie feel. I don't know how to exactly describe it, but it has that sort of dramatic synth string or a string instrument that's like back there ever so slightly done, not throughout the entirety of this song. In terms of arrangement, really well done, hey? I think the interlude was placed in the right spot. I really digged the verse 2 in this, and especially the bridge. Very fitting to bring Jihoon within that moment, if I recall correctly. And then we had a bit of ad-lib work in the background vocals and a bit of the layering amongst the members, which I thought was really cool. So let me dive back into this, break things down that I truly love, and yeah. Essentially just an intro by Jihoon, and then we get into verse 1, I believe, with Hayoung. You and I, this moment no one knows, today let's settle our relationship. And I think this line really sticks out from the bunch in this song, to be honest. Keep in mind, there's always lost in translation from time to time. I should say from time to time, not always. Then there's that, I don't know, it's like a xylophone, a marimba, is that the right instrument I'm looking for? Let me quickly search up. Maybe marimba or xylophone work here. That's so fun with it. I'll point it out there. Oh, it's earlier. It's earlier than that. Hold up. Right there. That marimba or xylophone. There's these ticking of the hi-hats ever so slightly here. Very light with the vocal delivery here and there, especially from Jiwon here. Megan. But yeah, there's this two-step motion, of course, I believe with the drum work. That is a huge driving factor. Then there's that dramatic synth string or synth that I'm talking about that's dreamy, like in the back. Hold, right there. And the dip here. And the oh yeah, lovely interlude here to be done as more so of the transitioner, I believe, into, yes, G-Sun. There's that marimba or xylophone again. You don't hear that often, honestly. You don't hear it that clearly in K-pop music that often. Oh yeah, also like, it can't be snaps. It has to be some sort of percussion instrument that's going on here. That's doing those clicks. It's not necessarily a snap, but more so of a click. Not a pop, but a click. Hear this? That's what I'm talking about with a bit of the funk influence, you know, to keep the drive with the drums, the drum kit usage. And then we move on forward here. Oh my goodness, we love to hear Jihoon in this moment. Some chords being played. And then that slight moment, I love it by Hayoung. Play again. And go move on forward here. I can decide on the answer. Again, up and up. I guess it sort of connects to like the feeling of being in love, or like sort of connecting that correlation and within the summertime and all. But yeah, I love it all in all, guys. Great start to this album review and album, of course. But let's just get into the next B-side now. Alright, so this next B-side is called Blind Letter, and I'm pretty sure this song is guaranteed a banger or jammer and a hap solely based on the credits. I'm serious, guys. I mean, over time, I've covered a lot of albums on this channel. I've listened to a lot of albums on my own time coming from the K-pop scene, and every time when I see Lee Suran, I know the lyrics are gonna be good. Like, Lee Suran, phenomenal lyricist, covering a lot of range of idol groups, many of our favorites, as well as artists, of course. Now, in terms of composing and arranging, very familiar. Ludwig Lundell. Adora, I believe this is the Adora, the solo artist that I haven't covered yet on the channel here. I'm gonna have to find a day to do so. And then we have Melanie Joy Fontana, okay? She has been a part of many of my favorites, especially coming from the likes of Everglow, No Good Reason, Hush, even Everglow's debut, Bom Bom Chocolat, and if I recall correctly, even have been part of some of my favorites coming from Luna. So here we are, Blind Letter, let's get it. Oh, the strumming here. Whoa. This is something new by Fromist9. Like, I already sense it. Oh, that hi-hat work with the strumming of the guitars. What is this pre-chorus? With Soyeon too. You can distinctively hear their vocals in this, like Who's Who. Hayoung. Oh, there's the strumming again in the back. Nakyung. G1! Whoa! But yet, even though this is something new by them, this feels so Fromist9. Like, so tailored to them. This is verse 2 with Megan. Oh! The sincerity, the genuine emotion that I'm hearing in their vocals. Yet, guys, this is a certified masterpiece. Like, seriously. From the ad-lib work to how they bring it back together to the harmonizing. And you hear the sampling, the waves of the ocean, or the sound of the ocean. Incredible. Again, quite cohesive as a whole for the album. The theme that's going on, right, in conjunction with the title track and with Up And. But again, we have Up And, Stay This Way, and now Blind Letter, taking different routes in their own way. I mean, Blind Letter, sure, it takes that pop route, but nothing upbeat. It has more so of that R&B tempo, but not utilizing really R&B, I've got to say. It's just straight up pop. And the way that this song allows us, like, the production of the song allows us to hone in onto their vocals is everything. Like, you distinctively know which member is coming in. You distinctively know which member is doing the background vocals, which member is like singing off of each other, which two of the members, or which two members are bringing it together in that one particular moment. And the fact that this song doesn't have a bridge, it goes to show you can have a good, spectacular song without a bridge. But the way that this is nailed is unbelievable. It's surreal. Like, this is something really new by Fromist9, right? Yet super meaningful. However, even though those two things are here right now, this just feels so Fromist9. The sincerity, you know, the singing from their hearts. Oh my goodness, guys. This might be. I'm talking about in the top 5 favorite B-sides from Fromist9. I think it's there upon first listen too. No, like, seriously. We're gonna have to dive back into this and really, so I could, like, digest this more. You know, let it sink in even more. But the way that we get that spotlight, as some of you may know, my bias do be G1, Megan. The way that she's there, and then G-Sun in the pre-chorus, the succession of this song, and then how we distinctively hear Soyeon as well, and all of them. Whew. I love how everything kicks off with Jihoon here. And you have the ad-lib work there. Don't know what you mean by G-Sun, like, so effortlessly delivering it like that. The Chaeyoung. Hayoung and Chaeyoung, oh my goodness! And then how they work off each other, and then back to Chaeyoung in terms of the ad-libs. You know what's crazy though? We get a good amount of ad-lib work in the verse 1, but we also get it. It's coming up here soon. You woke my peaceful heart like a movie. The layering, so good. There's that strumming again, Naekyung. And then the ad-lib work as well in the chorus. I love the guitar work so much in this. I feel like we had 2 different kinds of guitar work. I might be wrong. It might be the same guitar being layered and done differently, but still good. And obviously there's this trap percussion that's being done to keep the pace of the song. Where you at? But where are you at? Yeah, we get 2 different guitars. One's the strumming one, more so of an amplified guitar that's not too much with it in terms of the intensity, you know what I'm trying to say here. Usually we hear it more intense than this in like more rock influenced K-pop songs. But this verse 2 by G1 literally sent me to the heavens and beyond. Like, seriously. Just her flow here. So effortlessly like that. It's like so cool. Across the world I didn't know of, in the strange fluttering that smeared. Okay. Yeah, there's that built up of that guitar, but then the break with Ramsey and her ad-lib work. That's cool. That's actually cool. It's an ad-lib. Then it goes to G-Sun, right? It goes to G-Sun for the pre-chorus, and then it... Whoa! Soyeon. I love how they're constantly working off each other here, though. And then they bring it back together. Like, I can say this without a doubt, like, this sounds like a vocal symphony. Like, a vocal masterpiece, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, gold to my ears. Riches to my ears. Yep, that trap percussion. Where you at? There's that sing-alongable factor. Gotta listen to this. I gotta listen to this. That has to be G1, right? Or is that? Oh! Soyeon? Yeah! Please tell me there's a live performance of this out there. Please tell me there's a live performance of this. And then just how it fades out, but with the ocean too. So good, guys. 10 out of 10. Blind Letter, such a special song. It's so meaningful as well, and it really tugs the heartstrings, and it's got me going crazy because, as some of you may know, I love vocal work. I love vocals, and main vocalist, sub vocalist, vocalist tends to be my biases in boy groups and girl groups and such. But Blind Letter, so good. We need to dive into the next B-side. Let's just keep this album review going. Let's do that now. So this next B-side is titled Cheese. Now I'm seeing familiar names, the likes of Coke Paris in the mix, Donkey or Dank, I've seen in the past before. But aside from that, I really want to know what kind of route this song takes, due to especially the titling of this song being Cheese. So let's go. Oh, the disco strings right away. Love that keyboard work. And the synths. Ooh, serom. Tambourine work. Drum kits. Ooh. This bass work. Okay. Where's this headed though? Oh. Ooh. Whoa, what is going on there? Oh. These bass guitar riffs though. There's that metallic like percussion instrument again. Ooh, Nakyang. You know what's crazy though, guys? Like, this is straight up a pop song, but on a house rhythm, house genre based rhythm. Just how it's going right now. Oh, there's the trickling again. Woo. There's that rhythm guitar with the bass guitar riffs. Oh, bridge, Yuri. With these 808 claps. Whoa, G1. Okay. Oh, the vocal work in this is so outstanding. I think this really connects to the season of summer, but like, you know, taking pictures, taking this picture. I'm sorry that I interrupted that, but how they wrapped it up there, like played with our heart at the end there. I'm gonna play it again. Sorry, I talked over that special moment. Oh, just how Gyuri uses her higher notes in this. They play us with the drum kit work and all, but yeah, essentially, you know, saying cheese when you take a picture, but talking about the moment together and taking this moment, taking a picture, saying cheese in this moment, and remembering the moment, you know, living in the moment, you know, capturing this moment, right? So that's what I'm essentially getting, especially when it comes to how the lyrics played out in this song. But I find this great in terms of how it's just a straight up pop song, but it's on a house rhythm. And from time to time, I've heard genres mess in I wouldn't say mess with, but more so in conjunction have a rhythm that you usually don't hear within that genre. I think a good example of that is Stacy utilizing a drill beats for an R&B track, like an alternative R&B track, if I recall correctly, based on my review. And Cheese here essentially does that, but takes pop on a house rhythm beat. You feel me? Just hearing how everything broke down. It felt like a house song, almost like it took the house route, but it didn't, you know? So I like that overall dynamic going on. But what got me going on the most is the playful vocal work, how playful this song is. It plays with our hearts, and just when it breaks down ever so slightly, not during one moment or another moment, but throughout the entirety of the song, is so cool yet satisfying. The vocal work, it's there. I said it was outstanding, and it's something to really note take for this and to point out in some of the moments, especially the climax moment, of course. But then we have that the work between the rhythm guitar and the bass guitar riffs that add so much spunk to the song. It's everything. It's everything. So let's just dive back into Cheese now. I love how we get like these synth strings or risers here, and then into dun, just a simple disco, I believe disco string coming through. That's why you may feel some retro influences per se in this. And then that beautiful keyboard work with the synths, and then a bit of that tambourine work or some sort of percussion instrument that sounds like a tambourine. What's cool here is that Seram, she's doing her own line, but adding in, like, she has her own ad-libs within her lines, you know what I'm saying? Which I thought was really cool. You don't get that often. Like these background vocal ad-libs. Oh, so satisfying with the ooh. There's the 808 claps. Or that snare drum. But yeah, there's this like very satisfying feeling, and especially with Chaeyoung here, just how she delivers her lines here is so satisfying. Then there's that sampling, the trickling, whether it's the wood chimes or something trickling by just like that so quickly. Right there. turn this for the transition into Say Cheese. There's that rhythm guitar and the bass guitar riffs. There's that xylophone or vibraphone. Either that or some sort of synth. This breakdown is so cool. Hands down my favorite part in the song by Naekyung, or at least one of my favorite parts in the song. How it's broken down here, right? Both Chaeyoung, I gotta say, both Chaeyoung and Naekyung in this song, they stand out to me a lot, their parts. There's the risers and that disco string. Once in a lifetime and a precious moment. Smile more beautifully, more naturally. Jokingly, frowning is okay. See, even the lyrics for this are playful as much as the vocal delivery, and I like how that sticks hand in hand together. Yeah, that's more so that snare, and then turn this. Alright, let's bring it back a little bit forward here. So this bridge with Gyuri, I like how it gets a little bit more dreamy with Gyuri here. But yeah, essentially they came through with oh yeah, it was this moment here that got me surprised. The shakers. You hear that? The spiraling of the guitar work being done? Listen closely here. Love the clapping, and then I love how in some moments it's just so on beat with I believe the kicks or the snares, right? They play with us there too, where like the disco string plays off first and then they come through with it. And then right away to add more emphasis, more right? And then cheese. So good, Soyeon. So good. But let's just get into, I believe, the final B-side, and then I'll wrap up with my concluding thoughts now. Alright, so I brought up the final B-side here for this 5th mini album from our Memento box, and this final B-side is titled Rewind. Now, I know I'm late, but I need to check this out without the performance first, then check it out with y'all on Patreon and on the channel. Of course, I know that they're promoting this B-side, and there has to be a really good reason why. Usually when B-sides are promoted with title tracks, they tend to be good, of course, in general. But Rewind here, okay, I'm seeing familiar names, Papermaker team, of course. I believe they have worked with Fromensnine in the past, and a lot of my other favorites. And then WKLY or Weekly on the lyrics. We love to see it, but let's just dive into Rewind now. Oh, those strings.
The last day of my life.
Soyeon?
Time to rewind.
Whoa. Oh. This bass line to the snapping. Ooh, I'm loving the rhythm to the song. But essentially what I'm getting here, they took the deep house route, huh? There's this nice bounce to it. Okay, Chaeyoung. Ooh, the cowbell work. Whoa, where's this headed though? This song sounds very mature with it, classy. Oh, whoa, whoa, that vocal sampling there. Okay, verse 2. Oh, a bit of the rhythm guitar. Nakyung. Whoa. What is going on? Oh, this song is so good. Whoa. This classic piano here. Cue back the drum kit. Whoa! More of that future house influence. All the strings. G1. But also, these retro synths are phenomenal. And just the delivery of the word rewind is so satisfying. And there's this like, and then rewind, and then, okay, so it wasn't strings at the start. I want to correct myself here right away, but it's more so of that like rewinding of the cassette sampling sound that we heard at the start of the song, but also at the end of the song. Wow, what a masterpiece. Another 10 out of 10, okay? Hey, it goes to show you, Fromist9 doesn't miss, seriously. But the arrangement to this song is beautiful. Actually, let me, I don't want to be wrong here. I want to actually double check the arrangement to this song and how it played out. Like, I definitely know there's a bridge. I knew there was a refrain after verse 1. Yes, it's that interlude after a bridge. It wasn't a post bridge. That was cool. That was real cool. So I'm gonna have to point that out for you guys when we get back into the second listen. But how satisfying, right? The rewind is delivered in this to the ad-lib work, with the whoa, and then we got like the vocal sampling, whether it's by a member that's being like vocal, like added a vocal effect, as you know, that's done as an overlay in the back there, or some sort of vocal sampling that works with it. I mean, I heard kind of like that sampling before, but I can't even imagine how the choreo goes for this song and how it plays out. Like, the way that this played out is unbelievable. I really can't recall a combination of like future house that I heard a good amount of, and deep house all in one song just like this that is so bombastic yet classy with it, right? Like, I can totally think that and believe that, like, Fromist9 performed this in, like, elegant outfits or suits, of course, because it just sounds very classy with it, and just with the retro synths added in the mix. And don't even get me started with that cowbell work that I adore. That was so creatively put within the song. But let's just dive back into this. Guys. Yep. This sort of like suspense type of sound. Yeah, it's more of like that suspense sound effect that we hear in movies or something. I wouldn't say the rewind sound. Let me double check here. Yes. So sort of the rewinding of the cassette tape or anything like that is used at the end of this song. But at the start of this song, there's more of this suspense kind of sound effect. So it was strings. Okay. That is something cool to know.
It was the last day of my life.
Which was cool here is how Soyeon kicks this off. It's like, it was the last day of my life. Like, it's like, it feels like I'm almost tuning into some sort of movie, right? Like a musical. This is cool.
Time to rewind.
So bouncy with it, with the bass. Now what's cool here, notice this with G-Sun. Notice this. I love here and there we hear that doubling layering of her voice ever so slightly. Here, I know I keep saying that word a lot, but I can't help myself. It's the best way to describe it. It's here and there within this line, which I think is really cool. Hear that, the doubling? The ad-lib work was Chaeyoung, and then it goes into Chaeyoung, and then how she delivers playback with this bit of like attitude is so cool. Like, this is another new side to Fromist9 that's very fitting. There's that cowbell work. Oh, let me double check this. Actually. Let me see if I can hear it in the back here. So I really want to say this, but I'm not totally sure because this is the second listen. But I'm hearing a bit of that piano that we hear in the bridge and the interlude portion of this song. Love the chirpy electronic work in this. Yeah. What's cool is rewind. I love how it's delivered in that kind of manner in terms of syllables, right? It's dragged like that, but then like rewind, focus on the rewind and then what happens after. Horn combination of the disco, or no, the synth strings here. And then there's that that vocal sampling that I was talking about. Wow. Whoa! There's like this brassy sound undertone going on there. Yeah, those strings. And what was cool is that it's that rewind sound, and then it goes into Soyeon, tick tock. Now we're in verse 2, I believe. Yeah, verse 2. There's that rhythm guitar. I love maybe, and then it continues back, and then I go. Whoa, that sounds like Jihoon and another member here. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna have to find out on my time here when I check out the live performance of this. There's that drum kit where. The drag of mood ever so slight. Ooh. It's time to rewind. That is so good. Yeah, so the transitions too in this song is so good. It's so good. Hold up. Okay, so I want to bring it back a little bit. Over. The emphasis on over is so beautiful. It's so beautiful, guys. Like, this bridge is outstanding. It might be brief with it, right? But with this piano. Now, what's cool here is, I'm gonna take a guess here. This brief interlude after the bridge, after G1, I sense a dance break. I sense a dance break during this interlude. I sense a dance break. And I'm not gonna be complaining, and I'm not gonna be surprised if there is gonna be a dance break, but I'm probably gonna be surprised by how the execution of the dance break is done and presented in front of my eyes, you know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a dance break here. Oh, that combination with Hayoung and Jiwon though? Hayoung. Oh, lower register, higher register by Jiwon. Make a move. And then that rewind sound effect, but all in all, guys, what a way to really wrap up their 5th mini album from our Memento box. Very fun with it, yet classy to wrap it up. But really, I think it really is cool how it happens after Cheese, where it talks about, you know, take your picture, take your moment with others, you know, smile and live in the moment and all and cherish it. But Rewind here, wow, that kind of, the way that this is laid out, very cohesive with it, with these tracks, I've got to say. And this has to be, this is in the top 3. The top 3 albums in general from Promisnine. I gotta give it to them. I gotta give it to them, seriously. And to that one fellow subscriber on the channel, you were totally right about it maybe being, but for me, it is is one of my top favorites coming from his 9, and that is just spectacular. So to break things down here from top to bottom before I talk about my favorites in order based on this first album, listen, review, however you view it. So Up and super fun song, got me reminiscent of Think of You. It has a light bounce to it per se, and I really love the lyrics coming from Stella Jones and Baek Ji-hyun of course in that one, and I love how everything sort of feels run on with it, as much as the title of it being Up and, but then it wraps up with that beautiful conclusion about love. And then of course we have Blind Letter. What's else more to say about that? Super meaningful. It really tugs the heartstrings, but yet we get to hone in on the vocal work. Like, the members' vocals are very distinctive. You could really hone in and understand who's coming through with it in terms of the lines and such. And don't even get me started with that verse 2. I am wrecked by that verse 2 for Blind Letter. And then we had Cheese. I was talking about Live in the Moment and such. Yet another fun song, but I love how all these songs, it could be taking the pop route, but messing with different kind of rhythm to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how Promise9 has grown since the label change. Like, if we think about it, right? We started hearing a lot of heavy pop title tracks from Promise9, and that's completely fine. But the way that this 5th mini album showed new sides to Promise9 and the genre, utilizing the genre that they're really good with, but also being able to maintain their signature sound, right? Upon all of these tracks and B-sides is spectacular. But then, guys, we wrapped it up with Rewind. Totally makes sense why they're promoting this. Classy, yet as that club house beat vibe to it, due to it being deep house slash future house. I don't think I've ever heard future house from Promise9, so I gotta give it to them for that, and just how satisfying the rewinds delivered, the drag of the lines here and there, that vocal sampling that I mentioned, guys. So clearly, this 5th mini album is a 10 out of 10, a masterpiece, and I'm not going to be surprised by the end of the year that this is within my top favorite albums of the year in 2022. But to break down my favorites, guys, I think Rewind and Blind Letter come really close, but due to how Rewind is more different and new than Blind Letter, from what I've heard from Promise9, from what we've heard, I believe, from Promise9, and how classy with it is, and it's got so many nuances per se going on in Rewind, and I gotta give it to Rewind. Rewind is my favorite B-side, and then it will become really close. Blind Letter, and then Up and then Cheese, and then obviously the title track is still up there. Stay This Way, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta give it to Justin Reinstein and Collapse, that Nana Timgren, everyone, Lee Moo-min behind the scenes for that one, and Sojiyum. They did a phenomenal job, but yes, so standout of an album. It's within my top three albums from Promise9. Today is still pretty goated. Let me remind myself here. Track listing exactly from, yeah, Today is pretty goated with 22nd Century Girl, Clover, of course, and Think of You, but it's there. I think it's there. Top 3, huh? Unbelievable. I didn't think that would have been the outcome of today, but yeah. No skips at all. You can't go wrong with any of these songs. There's great bass work in this, whether it's bass guitar riffs or a bass line that sticks out to ya. You can't go wrong with the hooks, the melodies, the harmonies, especially in Love Letter, of course, or Blind Letter, sorry, because I've heard a lot of songs titled Love Letter. I'm so used to, okay, Blind Letter. But yeah, guys, a lot is sinking in right now. I'm so overjoyed. So far, the label's taken the right route with Fromist9 confirmed as, at least from me, as a Flover. All we need is a light stick, full-blown album, and I don't even know what's next, you know? Like, the future's really bright. It's staying bright for Fromist9. Sorry, guys. I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know how to wrap this up anymore, but be sure to like, share, maybe subscribe, as it helps out the channel so much. It just warms my heart connecting with fellow Flovers in the comment section down below about Fromist9's 5th mini album from our Memento box. Stay tuned for that album unboxing. I pre-ordered it with my Kepler album, so they're gonna take quite some time, probably another week from the timing of filming of this video. It's probably gonna arrive to me by the time I upload this video, because it takes time to edit these album reviews and such and get them out to you as soon as possible. But take care as always. Have a great day, have a good night, have a good afternoon, wherever you are. This has been Garrison as always though, and peace.